think we're on the day 5 of the trip. I think we're heading to Glacier Bay in there somewhere. It's the first time I've seen people actually on the bow. We're going to find out how to get there. I'm pretty sure you weren't allowed to, but there we go. Some mountain goats up. They're a bit hard to see, like white dots.
You can see mountain goats.
There is mountain goats. If you want to get your zoom on, maybe you might be able to get them. All I can see here is white dots. Up there. This is where we need Rod. He knows how to spot goats. Yeah, it's about 3 of them, maybe.
Zoom, it's not there.
Bristles and lines the inside of the whale's mouth. The whale then forces the water through the bay lead, but food like krill and small fish cannot pass through and are trapped. The whale can then swallow their meal free of any seawater. The humpback whales will feed for almost 23 hours a day, consuming about 1,000 pounds or 450 kilograms of food in that time. People are often concerned about larger mammals being trapped and eaten by the humpback whales. Even if the whale wanted to
On what?
sea otter, seal, or person, it would not be able to. The whale's throat is only about the width of a grapefruit, so the best the whale can do is fit anything that's too big back out. If you want to spot some whales today, I do have some tips for you. When I'm looking for whales, you want to look for the spout of the whale, or the big jet of mist the whale shoots into the air when it breathes. This will be the first thing you can see from the whale, and is the most noticeable feature against the waters of the bay. After the spout, the body of the whale will appear, with the dorsal fin and sometimes the fluke or the tail. The easiest way to spot the spouts is by scanning the horizon line, as that covers the most ocean area. Especially focus your attention near the shore, as that's where the whales are feeding the most. Finally, whale sighting is not a fast activity. Whales are not as common as other wildlife.
What's that?
So if you're intent on seeing a whale today, spend as much time as you can outside looking out.
That's awesome. Are there a lot of them?
There's canoes this morning.
Okay. I thought I was seeing ducks. Alright. I have seen them there.
So stay tuned.
That ship's going past us.
These amazing creatures. Or tail. Each group pattern is settled to that whale, just like a fingerprint. These patterns are used to determine where the whales go in winter and what birds are in Glacier Bay. Here in Glacier Bay are lives of birds like their sight. These magnificent creatures of the deep give us a great species of birds. 281 species have been spotted here in the park. The split scissortail
Might be hard to see on this.
most colonies of contributions to shores. Other hunting requires a lot of light, so the nights get long. Some birds travel all over the Arctic Circle.
Pretty cold. Call that name if you idiot.
Also includes calving. So if the glacier has more snowfall, then melting and calving combined, then it advances. If it has less, then it retreats. These magnificent forces of nature dominate the landscape here in Glacier Bay, but their future is uncertain. So how will the future of a hotter world affect these rivers of ice? Fahrenheit, or 1.5 degrees Celsius. Slightly more than the lower 48 increase of 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit, or 1 degree Celsius. In the park, this has impacted snowfall, snow melt rates, and ocean temperatures. Climate change can be scary, but opening discussion and learning about the problem are the first steps toward creating a more hospitable world for our children and grandchildren. Anyone can get involved in local policy making and organizing that can create sustainable, long-term impacts on your local communities. Climate change is not a problem that will be solved quickly, and we as a species need to prepare for the harsh impacts that will be hitting populations worldwide. I know we can best
Beautiful blue, isn't it? Rock flower. Yeah, look at that. It's almost glowing. The bear's moving over there too. You won't be able to see it on this. Here we go.
A little bit more about that bear. He's still visible off on the right, to the starboard side of the ship, roughly 3 or 4 o'clock, depending on where exactly you are looking. Right in that shoreline. He's now kind of made his way down to the top of the intertidal zone. Look at the top of that gray strip, right by that big iceberg by shore. If you haven't yet seen him.
Just Geeta.
There's sort of a coastal brown bears here. You can tell it's a coastal brown bear because of the big shoulder hump that it has. That big shoulder hump is just a giant mass of muscle that the bear will use. Lateral moraines will also form, forming a strip of rock down the middle of the glacier called a medial moraine. These medial moraines can tell the story of the glacier as it takes its journey down the mountain slope to its terminus. The more medial moraines the glacier has, the more convergences it experiences higher in the mountains. So as we look at the glaciers today, be sure to look for the stories that the glacier tells about its own past through the features that we see.
I'd like in shorts. Jeez.
That's where the black meets the blue.
Under the water. That all shows them. It's really running.
So we saw that one, and that was like just outside the window of the bus. So that was
I
really
think it's only 10 minutes.
My husband saw two grizzly bears through the window of the bus at the same time.
We are now approaching the stopping point for the viewing of Marjorie and Grand Pacific glaciers. Marjorie Glacier is on the port to the left side of the ship as we approach. Marjorie is the most famous glacier in the park, with its towering 200-foot or 61-meter high base, 0.85 mile or 1.4 kilometer width.
Oh, you're there with your thingy.
Marjorie Glacier was connected to the Grand Pacific Glacier, which sits across the back of the inlet, most recently in 1992. But since the two glaciers have separated, Grand Pacific Glacier could not look more, resulting in more rock and debris that has rolled along. Whenever I visit this area, I feel that the glaciers each have their own personality. Marjorie Glacier tends to be the center of attention, keeping its face clean and offering dramatic calving events. Grand Pacific Glacier, on the other hand, is much more muted, offering a quieter experience and providing a more stable habitat for those visiting the face. When outside today, be sure to take time to appreciate each glacier and the unique viewing experience that they can provide. Once we stop, we'll spend a full hour at the end of the inlet for glacier viewing. Halfway through our time at the glaciers, the ship will rotate 180 degrees, so both sides of the ship will be able to see them. While we're here, I strongly recommend getting outside. This is an excellent spot to connect to the powerful forces present in the park and reflect on our part in this landscape. Also during our time here at the glacier, Ranger Ash and Ranger Deirdre will be closing up the Ranger desk to move about the ship. I will also be pausing the commentary for this hour, so you can take in the majesty of the glaciers without my voice echoing on in your head. I will also be headed out to row the ship, so if you
come down the mountain there.
Expensive looking lake, you might be up very high up.
Now, if you want to get a good shot, you stand up on here.
No, you'll let him stand there. No, I didn't get tell off. Some lady said she was told off.
Yeah.
Someone called Norton has already lost eggs earlier on, so. I saw a ranger with a nice long...
Yeah. I mean, it's not raining, which is like, you know, puts you in the upper echelon to start with. And then the fact that like, you can see some of these mountain peaks.
And then does it get hot later on in the months here? Like people would have cold.
No, I mean, like,
Really? Okay.
Way too much.
No, I live in the town of Status, which is this side.
This morning, we got up early just for that.
Yeah, great. You're the best part of that. Yeah, oh, fun. There was a lot of you out there too. It was exciting.
No need to wait, my friend. Feel free, my friend.
Let that piece of
We're having our Dutch pea soup. Dutch pea soup. Morning. Hello. Film the reflection. It's almost a better view.
Yeah. Stands out, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think the ship lets us look at one side and we turn around, so we're going to lose the view soon. There's another ship behind us. Must be directly behind us. Oh, the back's going that way. Right. I'm trying to film it collapsing, no luck.
Okay, having a beer to celebrate a glacier.
Chink, chink. Fresh. Get some butt into you.
I don't know what's colder, the glacier or the beer.
Glad I have gloves off. I think the beer's colder. It's freezing. Okay, I've just realised First time ever in my life I've had a full cooked breakfast, coffee, orange juice, then had 2 bowls of Dutch pan ham soup and a beer before 10:45 whilst looking at a glacier.
You didn't mention the porridge.
Oh, and porridge. I had porridge as well.
A bowl of porridge as well. And 2 coffees.
By 11:15. Yeah, 2 coffees. Yes. Fully cooked breakfast. Oh,
And a glacier.
I've just made history.
And we saw a brown bear on the beach.
Brown bear that was
A crystal brown bear.
surprisingly black.
I think he's a crystal bear. Something
What?
Like that. Wasn't it a crystal brown bear?
Coastal.
Coastal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my head.
Crystal.
I thought he said crystal.
Right down there's a glacier we just came from. There's another cruise ship there. And we come back out this inlet. Looks like we're probably going over there. There's another glacier. I can't hear what they're saying over the PA, so I've got no idea which glaciers we're going to or have been to. Oh, look at the sunshine. Considering it's supposed to rain every day of our trip, this is amazing. Quiet.
You could do that.
Yeah. Look at all those avalanches over there behind us. All we need now is a whale.
Yeah.
unusual sound. All the water splashing off the icebergs. What's that?
You know what it's like on the Titanic.
Titanic.
Icebergs.
Cold?
I bet they were. Well, it's a real ice field, this one.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's totally different to the other bay. I don't know if this camera can pick it up, but there's a tiny little yacht out there. It was in the bay when we got here. No, probably not. It's just a tiny little thing. There is another cruise ship in here somewhere, but it might be on the other side. I might not see it. Is that an otter out there? I think it's an otter. See the ripples? I bet it is. Let's hope we find another one.
I find it in a sea of ice with a bit hard.
What is it?
Well, I can't see. Can't zoom in enough.
It's got to be. No, binoculars.
Where is it gone?
Right in front of us.
Oh, now I can't see it now. Look. Can't find it on here. Yeah, I know, but I can't find it in a sea of ice. Yes, it is. It's an eagle.
What's Francis Joseph? No, this is John Hopkins Glacier, which I haven't seen yet. But we have seen otters and seals and bald eagle. Oh, what?
Sea eagle, maybe.
What do you mean?
Bald eagle, is it?
Yeah, that's right. There you go, look at that. How fast it's going. glaciers joining together. No.
It's that sun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blue sky. It's just take 1,000 photos and bring it home.
I better stop too. That's it. So that was John Hopkins Glacier that way. There's another one over here. Some animals in the water up here. I think they're otters. Yeah, the otters are on their back. land.
Is that some drying?
Oh. Oh. Rock on top of that.
It's like, you know, we're capturing sea levels quite small.
Yeah,
That's what landing on water.
retreating. Battery's nearly dead. Yeah. The other ship's one in front of us now. That went down long one. Yeah.
There's a bit back here on it.
It's flat, isn't it?
Got shut up with it. That's one free Wi-Fi. Making sharp turn.
We are too. Yeah, this boat's coming to pick up the park ranger who's on board. Gotta let him go. There's an offer just there. So.
High catamaran.
What's that?
High catamaran.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we driving that thing? If you're on board, it's free to go up. Any more? Cool. God, it's still going. They're all happy. touching it.